AB Investments is back with you with another episode. And what a Tuesday, or what the heck on a Tuesday is going on in this market? Um, the way that I translate it is a lot of good. And here's how we can break this down. We're gonna start with first. I want to thank the community that we have here. Our community, you guys have been amazing and very supportive. Plus, I love the way that you guys go about each other and handle your business. Obviously, this community has nothing but positivity or good tips to be brought up. I enjoy your guys' lives. It's not going to be the same without you. So I like that. There's not no drama in this community, and I love that. Um, and all this is made possible because of you. So that was just my first. The beginning of this episode was just shout out to every member of this community. And if you're watching this and you're not a member yet, please consider subscribing. And if you like the content, please like the video. We could push it out to more and more people out there. So what we're going to talk about first, we're going to start with, if you guys remember a couple days ago, I was warning every single person to treat this oil and energy stocks with caution, because I've mentioned many of times in my own videos that like I just threw out some not financial advice, obviously, or even tips. I just said my piece. I said that was the easiest short of all time. And yes, I was referring to the you got the endos, you got the IMPP, you got Houston Oil. And guess what? I'm gonna make another bold prediction, guys. I don't think that they're done for good. I think that they're like I refer to them specifically as pump and dump stocks. They're not value stocks for long term holding. You don't want to get caught on the worst end of trying to either FOMO and chase it, or not FOMO and be like, you know what, I'm holding and this is gonna go to crazy whatever. And again, at the end of the day, all that is your decision. All we bring here is just opinions. It's great that it ran up. It was expected to run up because majority of the world was expecting it due to the war and the less the less reservoir of these resources due to the previously from the pandemic. So it was leading up to this regardless. But you gotta treat this as as a pump and dump. Like, obviously, this is my personal opinion. It's not a financial advice to you and yours, but you look at today's moves and you see that those particular three stocks I just mentioned are down similarly about 30 to 40% each. And that could be a breather and could continue its run later, tomorrow, maybe this week, or it could continue to slide. And they just found a few other stocks to do it. Now it's some other stocks' turns to do this with. Again, I've always called them pump and dump stocks, simply because if you do just a little research, you will see all those companies were just about like there's nothing special literally about any of these, except that they have low float, a small float, and they were just picked to be pumped up. It wasn't retail buying that pumped them up, because if that's the case, you would see AMC and GameStop would have already been at $1 million a share a long time ago. But the reason why they're not at that high price, obviously because they're manipulated down. We know the rest of the story, but also there are institutional forces that are going against it. Now, in those stocks, there is a purpose. You're making money, that's good. But in order for them to make money, some people have to make money as well. So that's why they pump these things down, up. But you can't get caught up on the way down, expecting it to continue to go higher. These, since they have small floats, they could cover all those floats if they are short on them, which I don't think that all of them were sold short. I think that most of them were just pumped up so they can make money and slaughter people along the way by doing the drop and and then the rise and the drop and the rise. So you get the point. This is how they psychologically can, make money and make sure not a lot of other retail investors make money as well. Obviously, except of the smart ones out there, the ones that see this and know what the writing on the wall is all about, then they're in, out, make money, be happy, and get ready for the next one. Now, with that being said, here's where the real crime happened. It happened in the nickel market. Wow, that was crazy because look like AMC, like all of us need to be watching that to see what happened with that and why it's very similar to what is going to be happening with us. One, an unknown source still, I think it's our crazy, devilish, beloved hedge funds are the ones who are behind this. But hear me out on this. The biggest maker of or producer of nickel in the world is Russia, especially for grade 2. This was brought up and caused, guess where all the crime happens? Obviously in the London market. So it got paused today, halted, because it was continuing to go crazy. Yesterday it flew up, like it doubled to the $50,000 range per ton, and then today, then it dropped in the aftermarket, and then today it quadruples to $100,000 total. That's since beginning the where it started off on Monday, causing the Chinese, like there is this huge Chinese, like big, they refer to them as a tycoon, nickel, that has a huge short position in it, and I think his name is Jang, with an X. I don't know how they pronounce it, but you get the point. You can feel free to go research it and see the news on that. And the courts there in China, they literally, when they halted it today, because of how much it flew, like how it squoze, they didn't even have enough money. Many brokers there, they didn't even have enough money to pay out the losses. And guess what happened? This is an answer to those theorists out there, those Lou train hype people that are saying, get out while smart, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? This thing went to crazy dimensions, the nickel. And guess what? They halted it, which is why they implemented suspensions here. Remember a few months back that we're going to go through. They're preparing us for this that I'm about to tell you. They gave them, when they halted the market, they gave them enough time on Monday night first to come back, and on Tuesday to pay off the hundreds of millions of dollars that they had to pay, that they didn't have money to pay out. Those brokers had to come up with those hundreds of millions to pay them out. There was no, we can't pay it, so therefore let's just bring the stock down. No, quite the contrary. The next day, which was today, it went up to 100,000, and there is no telling as of now what are, like, how catastrophic the losses are, and to what extent this is going to keep going. Who's the driving force behind this? There are two theories. You could easily say it must be Russian billionaires driving up the price, since they're sanctioned by the rest of the world out there. Very good theory. There's also another theory. Personally, I'm a little more attached to this one. Having major institutes from here, big players from our beloved sector, we know that they're way over leveraged and they need the money badly. to pay for something major that's going to hit the market soon. I wonder what it is. Maybe you might have an idea, one or two ideas about it. But with that being said, could it be that these hedge funds seen how that those big Chinese in the same time who we are as a government, not on the same wavelength with their government, could it be that shorts here or institutions here or the government here knew that there is many like huge short positions on the nickel, from Chinese shorts slash what it might look like as Russia is the one who's doing this or causing this because they're the biggest producers of that mineral. So could it be an attempt as doing that so they can deplete them, take money, the money that they need? They found a treasure and it had a guard on it. And by doing what they needed to do, they had to come and, rehearse all the sayings and the religious verses and everything. And now the curse or the guard is evaporated and is screwed. Could it be at an effort of obviously just taking the money or hitting two birds with one stone by taking the money in the same time, like all those payouts, those hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars, plus at creating rifts between two governments so that they won't have no trust? Very possible, guys. At this game, remember, it's all about the whole picture. It's not just about one detail in the picture. It's all about the whole picture and how it all comes together. We will be able to see this and verify through all this throughout the rest of the throughout the rest of this week and the time coming soon, like coming ahead. Besides that, it's business as usual. Look at that. Shopify is getting shopped, literally like chopped left and right. Amazon today met its 52-week low and bounced just a little bit above it. All major stocks are dropping. There's no set, like the war fears is not where it's just distributing all that stuff. You got McDonald's closing 850 locations in Russia. Many Coca-Cola stopping work in Russia. I mean, if I am to be worried about anything, it's the fact that Russia is being completely sanctioned to the other side of the world, kind of like cut off the globe, like as a piece off the globe, to the point where it feels like they're being so pushed so hard out there to the point where they feel like at some point they're going to get to a point where they have nothing to lose but everything to gain. And again, this is not a political channel, guys. I'm just saying that this is very dangerous sound. Now I'm beginning to believe that this could get even more dangerous than just stock talk or whatever. This could easily turn into World War III, given the fact that, there is like taking the biggest companies, like sanctioning products off of them is one thing, but taking the biggest driving companies in the world out of a region, especially not a third world country, this will crucially affect them like heavily. Imagine if McDonald's stopped working here. Yeah, it would help a lot of people lose a lot of weight and a lot of healthy moves and whatever, but that will screw up the economy. If Coca-Cola pulls out all this equipment off the shelves, that also will hurt the crap out of the community and the economy here in the U.S. So, what are the plans of the Soviets? This is very crucial now, and I'm beginning to worry about that, because to see what they're gonna do as a pushback or as far as an answer back, because everybody have pushed them off to the side. Yeah, they were a cause of this by invading another nation. But right now we're at this point. I'm worried about what the reaction is going to be. I want to see, I don't want to see it, but knowing Putin, there's going to be a reaction to this. and we're bound to find out in the near future. But most importantly, like I said, all this is pointing to good things to our stock. Like all these things happening is pointing to good things to our stock. The volatility is there. It's everything's moving. Uh, Look at the all international markets out there. They're all hurting. Like all except of the Dow and the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. I mean, they did some funny stuff today, which can't be explained, and no one is talking about it except us right here. You know, being up like 1.5% to 2%, and then all day it was a fake market all day until literally the last 5 minutes of the trading. That's when all three of them went below the positive. You know, they lost all that advantage of that 1.5 or 1% that it had as throughout the whole trading session. It went right back to below, you know, whether zero point 0.5 less negative in the negative or 1% in the negative, but all three sectors at the end of the day dropped. If you look at the global markets, they're all at their 52-week lows, you know, almost on a daily trend, as a daily trend. So hang in there, guys. Hang in there. This video is so much longer, I know, but it's filled with a lot of points that you need to, you know, synthesize your brain on, and actually think about and do some research on, and see how this all ties up to the main overall picture. Again, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. Please like the videos. Think of that, because that pushes out the content to more and more people out there. If you guys want any or have any questions about anything else, please put them in the comment section. And please go ahead, see if you want, if we should do a live today or tomorrow. Also put that in the comment section. Much love, baby.